All right, good day, guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first YouTube video. I decided to let me try my hand at YouTube a little bit, share some knowledge, get some feedback. So this is a channel dedicated to Forex trading. Uh, Maybe, who knows, as time progresses, depending on the feedback, depending on how I feel about things, I might add a little bit more to it. But at least for now, it's just going to be dedicated towards Forex trading. And by Forex, I mean Forex and indices and some commodities, usually gold or silver or maybe platinum or one of those. That's what the channel is going to be about. Maybe as time progresses, I might let you guys in a little bit of my personal life, maybe on some travels. Who knows? But this is just the beginning, and depending on how it goes, that's how we'll progress. Now, a little bit of background information about me. My name is Jason. You could also call me Dr. Paul or Doc Paul, whichever is comfortable for you guys. I've been trading since 2019. I've been trading since September 2019 when a patient of mine actually introduced me to one of the online educational platforms. I'm not going to say which platform that is because I'm not endorsing anyone, but it was a online platform that taught you how to trade Forex. And I've always been interested in trading. I just didn't know that it was possible on the internet. Because as a child, I used to see MSNBC, and I would see them in the morning, the guys in their suits, and they were talking about the stock exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, and I would see the videos of them on the trading ground screaming and shouting, and they're in nice suits, and it seems chaotic, but you know what's happening there is that a lot of money is being made. And it always fascinated me. I always wanted to be a part of that. Never thought that I would actually be able to be a part of it because I thought that it was only possible to do that sort of trading in the US in person. So when my patient introduced me to this trading platform and she said, well, you can trade online, I was very receptive of it. I wanted to know more. And from the time I joined that platform, I've never stopped trading. So for, let's see, almost 5 years plus, I've been trading Forex. I've traded many different styles. I've done swing trading, I've done intraday trading, I've done weekly, monthly trading, and uh, that would be swing trading, of course. And now I'm trend trading, and the most profitable form of trading for me has been trend trading. Swing trading is quite difficult. It's very difficult to tell where the top would actually be. But if you're able to actually get the top, it's very profitable. More often than not, you're not going to be correct in telling where the top of the trade will be, where it will actually reverse. And that's going to cause you to lose a lot of money. So you don't want to, my advice is that you want to stay away from that as it is. But it's possible that it's possible to make a career out of it. But you just got to be careful. So what I do now is mostly swing trading, and I find that to be very profitable. And not swing trading, sorry, trend trading. I find that to be very profitable, much more profitable than swing trading. So we're going to start off today with this, just a few of my predictions for the upcoming week. We also got about 6 or 7 pairs that I'm really interested in, and a few others that I think you can look out for as well. Let's say the major pairs that I'm looking at don't work out the way that I want them to. The other pairs are also something that you can take into consideration. Now, Let's start off with EURGBP. I usually do a top-down analysis, starting off with either the weekly or the daily. I think for this pair, the daily is adequate. We can see that we are in a downtrend. We have a high followed by a low, a lower high, a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, testing that trend line, lower low, testing that trend line again, and continuing to the downside. So I expect this trend to continue throughout the upcoming week. So let's see what's happening here. We want to look out for our areas of interest, and we get our areas of interest based on where price reacts from. Right, so we have an area of interest here because we can see at this point price reacted and touched it, went up to the upside, touched again, went to the upside. That touched, didn't have as much momentum, and go through. So this here is a area of interest that we need to look out for. In these areas of interest, you usually get a reaction from it. Price has a tendency to reverse, maybe not necessarily reverse all the way up, maybe just a retracement. As you can see here and here, but price has a tendency to move in the opposite direction that it was initially moving in at these areas. During the course of last week, however, price managed to break through that level. And so what I'm expecting to happen is that price will retest this area and then continue to the downside. Maybe just a candle or two, maybe not even a full daily candle, maybe a wicked candle as we see has been happening here. Well, that's what I'm expecting for. And so what I want is I want to see price retest this area here and then continue to the downside to the next level, which would be approximately around the 0.83128 level, because that's another area where you have price bouncing off that support. So what I'd want to see is this. I want to see price do something like this, come to this level, and stop at that level there. And what I would do is at that point, once I see price get to this level here, I start looking for an entry signal. So I start looking for a bearish engulfing candle at this level, and I enter my trade, being careful to have my stop loss beyond this, what will now be resistance level, and take my profits at the next support, which should be about the 0.8311 level. All right. That should give us a nice 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 2.5. Okay. The other thing that we want to look out for, now nothing is a guarantee in Forex, but as you can see here, price did seem to form a little bit of a trend, but it seems like price will have broken past that. So if price gives us a little reaction from this here and it goes, retraces a little bit, that for me would confirm that price is going to continue to the downside. And so that would be perfect for me. All right. So this is what I'm looking for. Now, the next pair that I've got in my crosshairs would be the NZDCAD. Now, NZDCAD has been trending downwards for quite a few months. But finally, about 2 weeks ago, finally, a week or two ago, it broke through that trend. And then over the course of last week, it retraced a little bit. Now, if we take a closer look, we zoom out a little bit, we can see that there is a buy zone here, right? Whenever price is at this area, it tends to buy off of that area. And came down to this area, bottom went all the way up, came down, bought, went up, bottom it up. And so right where that area of retracement is, after breaking that trend line, price retraced into that area and then eventually gave a massive bullish candle. So I'm expecting a continuation up to the upside. What I would like, however, is not to enter the trade at this level. I want price to just come back a little bit, maybe a 4-hour candle, 4-hour bearish candle, coming not necessarily all the way into that buy zone, but very close to it, or touching this trend line, and then continuing to the upside. So I want this to happen. Price retraces a little bit. It might form a wick or it might form an entire 4-hour candle, and then make its way on up to the upside. Once I see that, I'm going to enter my trade, and I'm going to try to keep my stop loss beyond that buy zone. So something like this I'm looking for, that would be ideal. That would give me 1 to 2, a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Some persons might want to do a much tighter stop. I'm not into the tight stops, but yeah, you can take that chance if it presents itself. I like to be a little bit more safe. So this would be more of a trade for me. Moving on to the AUD-CAD, similar. Price in an uptrend. Hits that major trend line, that downward trend line. Didn't break all the way through it, rejected off of it until it got to a buy zone, which now forms support. As you can see, every time it's at this level, there is some form of a reaction to it. So at this point here, couldn't form a full body candle break, and should only form a wick, and then gave you a massive bullish engulfing candle to the upside. All right. Here it had some difficulty, meandered quite a bit before it could even break through. And here, after it broke to the upside, it retested downwards, and now it's has a tendency, or it seems like it's going to the upside. So this for me is good enough reason to enter, thinking that this trade is going to continue to the upside. But once again, I'm not going to enter at the level that it is right now. I want price to retrace a little bit, which would give me a cheaper trade, right? Means that I don't have to have as large a stop loss. So I want price to retrace a little bit, if not to the buy zone, at least to the trend line, and then continue on upwards. So this is what I'm looking for. This would be ideal because I'll be able to put my stop loss outside of that buy zone. I might take profit at the next level, which would give me a 1 to 2.5. But again, let me just reiterate, nothing is definite in Forex. All right. GBPNZD, price change direction. It broke to the upside last week. Not last week, week before last week. I think it was the Friday, the 24th. So it broke that trend, broke that downward wedge, and then continued to the upside all week. And then on Friday, it hit that resistance level, gave you a little downward retracement. What I expect is either a full body candle to form another retracement candle, and then making its way to the upside, or you might just get a wick. So it might wick its way down and then continue to the upside. So this to me is going to continue to the upside. How far down is it going to retrace before it continues the upside is anyone's guess. But if you look at this area here, you can see at this level, a lot of things have a tendency to happen. Price either retraces or it makes its way back up. So, but I'm hoping it doesn't go all the way down there. Let's see, maybe it comes here and then it goes up, but we never know. So let's see if we can get price here. If price goes there, we put our stop loss just beyond that level and then expecting to go to the upside for another 1 to 2, 1 to 2.5. Same here. Looks like a nice reversal zone there. Yep. So you can see price has a tendency to react off of that level. See, price kind of stops moving, stops, and then forms a different kind of the following day. So I expect a little bit of retracement there, either a full body candle or a wick at this level. And then I expect price to continue on to the upside. Stop loss just beyond that area. Now price might not go all the way up there. Might be a little stubborn. Maybe stop there. But eventually it will get to this level. It's just whether you're willing to wait that long for it to get to this level, or you just want to just wait a few days, maybe 2 or 3 days for price to get to your target so you can bank your profits. I prefer this level because this is the next level. That's more of a guarantee than price going all the way up here. But I do believe price will eventually get to this point. At what time, your guess is as good as mine, right? Now, the next one I'm looking at is the CHF-JPY. Now, this is not one of my favorites because price, as you can see here, is in a downtrend, right? So price came all the way down here, bought up to this level, sold all the way to the bottom here, and then went up again. And if we draw a trend line, we can see price should reverse at this level, which is exactly what it's doing. But even so, it's still in a downward trend. It has to break this trend line in order for it to be officially in an upward trend. So what's happening here is that price is retracing, meaning that price is going against the trend. And so whenever price is retracing, you can't really tell how far price will retrace. You can only speculate. Well, Forex in itself is speculation, but it's a greater risk to speculate the level that price will retrace to before it continues in its usual direction. And so that's why this isn't one of my top trades for the week, but I do think that price will retrace to about this level. And the reason why is because you can see at this point, there gets a bit of a reaction to that level, right? So I expect price to retrace up to this level and potentially sell back down or break the level and then continue further up. But I do expect price to get here. So that's a possible trade for the week. Not one that I like, but something that you can look out for. Just look for a little bit of retracement there and then head up to that level there. All right. Now, some of the other trades that I like very much but I'm not putting them as my number one, would be the CHF peers. And of the CHF peers, I would say the best one would be the AUD-CHF, right? So we have our trend line here, price reacting off of that trend line, and on Friday, it made a massive push to the upside, but then the sellers came into play and brought it a little down, forming that wick. I expect during the week price to continue on to the upside. What I want is I want it to get as close to that trend line as possible, because the closer it is to that trend line, then the farther back I can, well, not farther back, but I can put my stop loss beyond that trend line, making my trade a lot safer for me. So if price just retraces a little bit or even touches that trend line and then starts a bit of bullish momentum, that would be excellent for me, because it means that I can place my stop loss a little further out, which kind of makes me feel comfortable that price is less likely to hit that stop loss. And it gives me a greater distance for my profit, right? So if price does exactly that, if price comes to this level here, that would give me a good 1 to 3 or even more risk to reward. I personally won't go all the way to 1 to 3. I might bring it down to a 1 to 2.5 or so. I'd feel a lot more comfortable with that. But I like this trade. I like this. I might think about it and I might move it up into my top picks for the week coming. GBP CHF, I expect it to continue to the upside, but it's not a nice. It looks like it's almost exhausted its run, because the top could be either at this level, the 1.13272 level, or maybe push a little higher to the 1.13743 level. Regardless, I do think it's going to go to the upside, but is it worth the risk? I don't think so. Obviously, if it retraces a little more, it would give a much greater risk to reward. But of the CHF pairs, I don't think that it's the best. The AUD CHF is good. The Euro CHF as well is good. My only concern is that you've had 2 consecutive bullish trending candles, but they're stopped at this support/resistance level. I say support/resistance because if we bring this all the way across, we can see this was at one point resistance. Now it's support. It was resistance, resistance, resistance at all of these levels. Now it's support, right? So I'm looking for a buy here as well. So the Euro CHF, AUD CHF, good buys. GBP CHF, nah. You can still take the chance, but I wouldn't take it. There are much better trades available, specifically the AUD CHF for the CHF pairs. And so that brings me to the end of my setups for this upcoming week. 1st of February 2025. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys, are any of you guys looking at the same pairs for the upcoming week? Are you going to be taking similar trades? Give me some feedback. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about my predictions. Tell me what you think about my videos, my explanations, and so forth. As I said, this here is my first YouTube video. So I expect some feedback to let me know what can I improve in and so forth. And as things progress, I do intend to get a lot better. And depending on how well things progress, I might add some more stuff to the channel. I'm considering, well, not I'm considering, I'm working on a Instagram page to be associated with this YouTube channel. So look out for that. When that page is up and running, I will just let you guys know. All right. Thank you for viewing my video. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll either see you again with the next video during the week, or I might do a video, well, not might, I'll do a video next week to tell you what the setups for that upcoming week would be. All right, you guys be good. Bye for now.